Ever wondered why some people seem to build wealth effortlessly, while others, no matter how hard they work, just can't seem to get ahead? It feels like there's a secret rulebook for money that most of us never got. Well, today we're diving into that exact rulebook. We're going to break down the powerful, often ignored, money lessons from the incredible book The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. These aren't your typical get-rich-quick tips. These are deep, psychological truths about our relationship with money. By the end of this video, you'll understand why so many people stay stuck, and more importantly, how you can break free from that cycle. Stick around, because ignoring these rules is the fast track to staying poor, but understanding them can change your financial life forever. Let's start with the first big idea. Everyone has a unique money story. Think about it. Your parents, the neighborhood you grew up in, the economy when you first started working, all of these things shaped how you see money. Someone who grew up during a recession will have a completely different view on risk and saving than someone who grew up during a boom. There's no right or wrong, it's just different experiences. The problem is, we often judge others' financial decisions without understanding their story. We see someone splurge and think they're irresponsible, or see someone hoard every penny and think they're cheap. But we're all just acting out the scripts we learned. The key takeaway here is to first understand your own money story. What beliefs were you taught? What experiences shaped you? Once you understand your own biases, you can start making conscious decisions instead of just reacting based on your past. This leads perfectly into our second lesson. You are playing a completely different game than everyone else. Imagine trying to play chess using the rules of checkers. It wouldn't work, right? That's what most of us do with our finances. We look at what billionaires like Warren Buffett are doing and try to copy them. But his goals, his timeline, and his risk tolerance are worlds apart from yours. He's playing a long-term, multi-generational game. You might be saving for a down payment, your kids' college, or retirement in 20 years. Their wins aren't your wins, and their losses aren't your losses. Focus on your own goals, your own timeline, and your own comfort with risk. Define what winning looks like for you and play your own game. Now, for a rule that could save you from a lifetime of misery. The enough rule. In our society, we're programmed to always want more. A bigger house, a faster car, a fancier vacation. The goalpost is always moving. But here's the dangerous truth. The hunger for more can be an endless trap. There are people with millions, even billions, who have ruined their lives because they didn't know when to stop. They risked everything they had and needed for something they didn't have and didn't need. The skill of getting wealthy is one thing, but the skill of staying wealthy is another. And a big part of staying wealthy is knowing when you have enough. It's about defining your own finish line so you aren't get stuck running a race that has no end. Having enough isn't about settling. It's about freedom. It's the freedom to wake up and know you have control over your time and your life. Let's talk about the real superpower in finance. It's not about picking the hottest stock or timing the market perfectly. It's compounding. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and for good reason. Compounding is simply your money earning money, and then that new money earning even more money. It's a slow, almost boring process at first. Your investment might grow by a few dollars, then a few hundred. It feels insignificant. But over time, the growth becomes explosive. The key is time. You don't need a massive income to build wealth. You need a decent savings rate and a long runway. A person who starts investing a small amount in their 20s can easily end up with more money than someone who starts investing a much larger amount in their 40s. The magic isn't in the amount. It's in the time you let it grow. So, the lesson is simple. Start now. Even if it's small. Let time and compounding do the heavy lifting for you. Okay, let's get real about something we all deal with, the invisible status trap. We humans are social creatures. We want to signal to others that we're successful and doing well. And how do we often do that? With stuff. A luxury car, a designer watch, a huge house. We use wealth to buy things to show people how much wealth we have. But here's the paradox. When you see someone driving a Ferrari, you don't think, wow, that person is so rich and cool. You think, wow, if I had that car, people would think I'm rich and cool. The car becomes a symbol of the admiration we crave. The richest people are often the ones you don't notice. Their wealth isn't in the driveway. It's in their investment accounts, their retirement funds, their savings. It's invisible. True wealth isn't what you spend. It's what you don't spend. It's the financial assets that you haven't yet converted into visible stuff. Don't fall into the trap of sacrificing your future freedom for a temporary status symbol today. Life is messy. Things go wrong. That's the core of lesson number 6. Plan for chaos. No matter how perfect your financial plan is, reality will throw you a ball. A car breaks down, you lose your job, a medical emergency pops up, a global pandemic shuts down the world. The unexpected will happen. A good plan doesn't just assume things will go right, it assumes things will go wrong. This is why having an emergency fund is non-negotiable. It's not an investment. It's insurance against life's inevitable chaos. It's the buffer that prevents you from having to sell your long-term investments at the worst possible time or go into high-interest debt just to survive. Morgan Housel calls it room for error. Having cash on the sidelines gives you flexibility, endurance, and the peace of mind to stay in the game long enough for compounding to work its magic. So plan for the best, but always, always prepare for the worst. So how do you put all this together? You stack the system in your favor. This is lesson 7. Building wealth isn't about one big decision. It's about a series of small, consistent, positive actions that create a powerful tailwind for your finances. This means automating your savings and investments, Set up a direct deposit so that a portion of your paycheck goes directly into your savings or investment account before you even have a chance to spend it. Use tools that make it easy to stick to your plan. It's about creating a system where the default option is the smart financial choice. This removes emotion, discipline, and willpower from the equation. You're not relying on being motivated every single day. You're relying on a system you built when you were thinking clearly and rationally. By automating the good habits, you make it harder to fail and easier to succeed. You stack the odds so that wealth building becomes an almost inevitable outcome. And now for the final, most important lesson of all, the one that ties everything together. Action beats inspiration. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. See you in the next video.